for 22 years and counting.
Wow.
$50,000.
You've helped us raise more than 100 million meals.
And to be able to harvest that and feed people right here locally is what's going to continue to strengthen a food system.
And now we need your help to raise 23 million more.
Food insecurity is a huge problem, and it looks so many different ways for so many different people.
Every meal donated is one step closer to a hunger-free state.
It's such a basic human right to be able to give that gift to somebody else with even a small donation.
1 in 12 Washington families struggle with food insecurity.
It's very important that people eat the food that they normally eat. They have a right to eat the food they normally would eat.
That means for many of our neighbors,
We're working really hard to do the best we can with what we got.
making ends meet is a daily struggle.
Food now is 3 times the price of what it was prior to COVID-19.
With a network of over 400 food banks and other partnerships, Northwest Harvest is distributing food to every county in our state.
If you can't afford it, you cannot have it. But that doesn't mean that it's not needed.
That's why we need your help to continue feeding families this holiday season.
And good morning. Thank you so much for joining us here at 10 in the morning for our 23rd annual Home Team Harvest Special. I'm Jake Wittenberg.
And I'm Mimi Jung. The Home Team is spread out all across the region this morning. We have crews in Seattle, Everett, Kent, and Poulsbo. And this year we have 2 drop-off sites.
You can find us at the Rainier Valley Safeway in Seattle. Enter from the 52nd Avenue side and drive along the blue arrows you see on your screen to our drop-off location.
You'll also find us in Snohomish County at the Safeway in Everett at the Silver Fir Shopping Center. You'll drive up from Puget Park Drive and follow our drop-off route. We'll be accepting donations today at both of our drop-off sites until 1 o'clock.
If you can't get there, that's okay. We know it's a busy day. You can donate from your home as we speak. Snap that QR code right there on your screen anytime. You can go to king5.com/HomeTeamHarvest to make it official as well.
Let's start with our first crew at the Safeway in Rainier Beach.
It's getting busy already this morning. Joyce and Greg, what's going on?
Okay, and we're here with Shelly.
You know the routine. It's a little chaos, is what it is.
We have cars coming up. People are donating food. As you know, we're trying to raise 23 record million meals, and we're off to a really good start. But we have so many volunteers here.
Yeah, and our friends from Kitsap Credit Union. Why is it so important for people to donate?
Well, 1 in 12 Washingtonians are, under poverty level and need help with food. So we just want to be people helping people.
Yeah. And really the only way to ease that despair is to pay it forward and donate for all to share, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So come on down to Safeway. We're here. We're going to be here for the next several hours. Blitz is here.
The Seahawk dancers are going to be here.
Coming.
Yep.
Classic cars are here for those people who like classic cars. Got to see some of those. And it's not raining. That's maybe the best part. After all that wind and rain last night, some people lost power.
I see nothing but blue sky.
Mostly blue sky. So get in your car, come down. You can bring money. You can bring food. We'll take it all.
As you're thinking about your breakfast this morning and the food that you're able to put on the table, think about all the families across our state who do not have that luxury this morning.
Families.
Come down and help support them.
Vets, seniors, again, serving over 400 food banks all across the state in every county.
Where are we again?
Yep. We are at the Rainier Beach. Yep.
South Rainier. See you here.
Come on.
All right, yeah, pay him a visit. These drop-off locations are so much fun. I might check in myself after the show this morning. Let's check in this morning now with traffic anchor Shantae Sumter, reporter Madison Wade, and meteorologist Leah Pizzetti, who are also at the Rainier Safeway.
Well, yeah, Jake, it's a great time here at the Rainier Beach Safeway with Madison, Leah, and I. And then we have a special guest with us. We have Sarah Osborne, who is the Director of Public Affairs here at Safeway, which we know all apart making a difference here for Home Team Harvest. So, Sarah, talk about the need and how Safeway is playing an impact in helping out all of the people who need the help.
Yeah, so the need right now is pretty significant. We do know that there is as many people who are as food insecure, if not more, than there were during the pandemic, but there's far fewer resources, so less food assistance and less food at all of the food banks.
And when it comes to people coming to Safeway today, we're already seeing so many donations coming in behind us. What's the biggest need for a donation today?
Well, the items vary because it really depends what community you're in. Everybody needs different things depending on their family, but that is why the donations in our stores are so important, because what they purchase is grocery cards, and then these grocery cards are distributed throughout the community via food banks, schools, clinics, senior centers, and then those families, those individuals have the dignity to make their own choices about what they and their families are eating.
Wonderful. Thank you.
When you think about that, it's so important for these families to be able to use those cards and shop for what they want versus, showing up to a food bank and having someone just pick up things that they may or may not eat. So why do you think it's important for people to continue to do that throughout this campaign?
Yeah, it's really important to continue to donate, because not only does it help the food banks kind of supplement what they're already providing, like for instance, if somebody goes to the food bank and gets that box of food, then they can use the card to supplement and make the meals that make the most sense for their family. But at the same time, not everybody who is food insecure can present themselves to a food bank. So that's why we do have the schools and the senior centers who are able to easily identify those families and individuals without them even really needing to come forward. They're just knowledgeable about their circumstances, and so they can intercept and provide them this assistance, this relief during this time of year.
That's awesome. And there's also ways for certain people in our community to double up on produce and other items too. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, thank you for asking.
Yeah.
So at all Safeway stores in Washington State, if anybody who uses SNAP benefits comes into the store and buys produce, $10 worth of produce, they automatically get a $10 coupon for more produce. So we're trying to really stretch their produce budget so they can buy twice as much with their SNAP benefits.
Wow, wonderful. There's a lot of opportunities out here to give and also to receive, and that's why we're here. Thank you for being with us.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you to Safeway and to everyone at home that wants to donate. We will be here until 1 o'clock today. If you can't donate in person today, of course, you can always give those cards through the end of the year, right?
Yeah.
Right, absolutely. Right. Well, Jake and Mimi, you can see we are having a great time here. We already seen a few cars come through, so we're encouraging more people to come out, join us, have a good time, and make a difference. Oh, and then you can see Blitz.
Even helping out.
Always a great day with Blitz. Looking for screen time as usual. Good to see you guys. Thank you so much.
Guys. SNAP benefits, as they were just talking about, also known as food stamps, benefit 12% of all Washington residents. That's about 1 in 8 people. Families rely on the program to put food on the table, but sometimes that isn't enough. Years after the start of the pandemic, resources like food stamps have reached their expiration date.
Now, for 8 months now, families have been facing a so-called hunger cliff, and one food bank in rural East Whatcom County sees the impact firsthand. Leaders of Foothills Food Bank in Maple Valley tell us that 18% of all households in their zip code visit the food bank on a regular basis. They attribute an uptick in demand to inflated food prices and the pandemic-era SNAP benefits expiring.
The last 6 months of 2021 to our previous 6 months, it's doubled the amount of households that are visiting us.
If you're interested in helping them too, to reach more families in East Whatcom County and to help them manage the uptick in demand, you're encouraged to visit the Foothills Food Bank's website. Well, for those living in the North Sound, you can stop by the Safeway in the Everett Mill Creek area off Cathcart to drop off donations until 1 o'clock today, too.
That's where we find Jessica Janner Castro and Steve Solis. Hi, guys. How's the turnout there this morning?
Hi, guys. Good morning. The turnout's been pretty good. We have a lot of people here, but just a few moments ago, we had a big group drive up that I was pretty excited to see pull up.
Oh, yeah, no kidding. So not only did they bring donations, but they brought these amazing cars as well, these Porsches. And Eric is here with us, and you are leading the pack. Eric, tell us who you're with and why you're here.
Thank you, Jessica. My name is Eric Breidenbach. I'm chair of charitable giving and past president of the Porsche Club of America Pacific Northwest region. We feel really strongly about giving back to the community, and we've been participating in Northwest Harvest King 5 team event since 2009. We've donated over $40,000 in cash donations and many thousands of pounds of food, and we're asking our members to donate online. We have it set up on our website. We're asking them to come to a drop location and just give thanks for our good fortune and helping those that really need the help.
You guys come out in full force all the time. Tell us a little bit about the cars real quick, because I know you can talk about it for hours.
Well, we have a selection of cars here today. This is a 1998 911 Carrera 4S, the last year of the air-cooled. We have new Macans, a Macan GTS. We have an all-electric Porsche behind me. We've got a very racy 911 GT3 a little further back. We bring the full gamut of Porsches out. We love to drive them, and again, we just love to say thanks and help those that are less fortunate.
We love to see them. Steve, you were talking about it all morning.
Yeah, all morning, because last year you guys drove up and you showed us this electric vehicle, which is really cool, but you guys could be anywhere right now driving these cool cars. Why is it so important for you guys to be a part of this event year after year?
Well, we've been fortunate in our lives, and we just feel that it's very important to help others. We help in areas of education, student education. We help in medical support, but it's just it's a part of our blood is to public service.
Eric, thank you so much. We want to thank all of the people that have come by already here in Everett. And we have a party going this morning. So this is Miles Ebony and the Deep Cuts. They're an amazing band. Hey, let's keep the party going.
Keep the party going, indeed. Oh, rock on. That'll be fun. I know Jessica and Steve are itching to get a ride in one of those Porsches, too. Thanks to those clubs and to all clubs heading out this morning to help our neighbors in need.
Yeah, whether you're in a Porsche or on your bike, we accept all donations. Last year, with your help, we were able to raise a record-setting 21 million meals for Washington families, but we're not stopping there this year. Our goal this year is 23 million, and we can do it with your help. Let's check in with our crews in Kent at Eagles Nest Food Bank. We are joined by Evening St. Brian. Good morning, Saint.
Good morning. You know, when taking notes for this event, Home Team Harvest, every time I wrote HTH, it would autocorrect to Happy to Help. And I think nothing better describes the spirit here at Eagles Nest in Kent, one of 400 Northwest Harvest organizations. We've got a van full of food, and we've got Pastor Joy Promise here. And Joy, I want to know, what is the mission here?
The mission is, first of all, to make sure families have nutrition on their plate. We're all about healthy eating and making sure that families that are facing food insecurity, that have access to food, that are living in areas that there are barriers, transportation barriers, and a lack of resources.
You are going to get to the people that need the food no matter where they are, right? Schools?
Schools, we put pantries in school. One of the schools that we provide a pantry and we fill at least twice a month is Pine Tree Elementary in Kent. And also we service SHAG communities. We bring our direct service to our seniors that are living in SHAG communities in Kent.
And you go all over the place, from Whatcom County down to Lewis County. Homeless encampments you'll even go to?
We'll even go to homeless encampment and make sure that the individuals out there are served and served with dignity and be able to have access to nutrition and great food.
You use that word dignity. How does that, what role does dignity play in your mission?
Well, we don't want people to feel like they're getting a handout. We want them to be able to shop with dignity, and especially our seniors, because they come from a different era. They don't want handouts, and a lot of them stay isolated, and they don't go to the food banks and places like that. But we provide a place where they can shop and feel good about themselves, and we check on them, making sure they're okay mentally and physically.
This van is brand new. I see the tags are on it, right? Tell me about this van. What is it? What does it do? How does it help?
Well, we have shells here. We applied for a grant with Washington State Department of Agriculture Resiliency Grant, and we bought this van from Shelton Ford. And it's everything we could ever desire. The shells come out where it makes it easy access for someone who has a disability that's in a wheelchair, that they can shop, and it's just easy. We started off with an F-150 and then to a box truck, and now to this. This is a godsend.
This is great, and this is one of the 400 organizations. You donate food, these are the people that distribute it. Back to you.
That's what it's all about right there. Neighbors helping neighbors. What a great idea.
Great to see the faces behind the people who are helping out there.
Such a good point. Thank you, Saint. Thank you, team. We're going to take you to Kitsap County next. We're going to check in with our crews at Poulsbo's Fish Line Food Bank with more on how they're helping feed underserved families.
And here are some of the photos we're getting from everyone who's volunteering for Home Team Harvest this morning. A lot of people you see on air, but a lot of people behind the scenes here at King 5 as well. If you're out there and you just meet our crew and you're dropping off donations, take a photo, text them to us with your name and location to 206-448-4545. You might just see them on TV.
A lot of great smiles and a lot of great families helping neighbors. We're hoping to raise 23 million meals, folks, for this year's Home Team Harvest. Donate on your QR code there on the screen or go to king5.com/HomeTeamHarvest. You can also visit your local Safeway or Albertsons store to get a grocery card. Thank you so much to all that have donated so far.
And as we head to break, we want you to meet Frank. He is a checker at the Safeway in Woodinville, helping us during this Home Team Harvest campaign. Frank says he likes telling customers how their donations will help feed local communities. Thank you, Frank.
All right, another big donation just received at the Everett Safeway off Cathcart there in Mill Creek in Snohomish County, where you can join the fun and drop off a donation or a check yourself. Just visit the Silver Fir Shopping Center. Good morning to all of you. If you drive to the Puget Park Drive side, you'll find us at that drop-off route. $7,000 to help us meet our goal this year. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Seattle Singles Yacht Club, we appreciate you. And welcome back, everybody. Listen to this. 1 in 12 families in Washington suffers from food insecurity.
And this holiday season, we're hoping to raise 23 million meals to help families. So just take the QR code we've been showing you all morning and scan it to get to our website and make a donation yourself.
Let's get it over now to our crews in Kitsap County on the other side of the water there. King 5's Drew Andre and Christine Pay are there now. Good morning, you two.
Good morning, Mimi and Jake. It is so great to be out here in the peninsula this morning. We are inside the Fish Line Food Bank. This is located on Viking Avenue. It's actually just one of 6 food banks here in Kitsap County. And Drew, you were here just not long ago.
That's right. We were here last week on what was their busiest day ever. So that speaks to the kind of need. That was the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. We want to bring in the executive director, Charlie Thompson, right now. And Charlie, we know within the last year it's been about a 40 to 50% increase in people that are coming out here. Why is that happening and what do you need?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, food costs are rising. The cost of housing is rising. All of this is contributing to the need. We had over 1,000 households in November. It was our busiest month of the year so far. And, you know, we're looking for support, whether that's food donations, whether that's monetary donations so we can purchase food, volunteers, we need it all.
Yes, and one of the big ways that they get food is Grocery Rescue. And normally they're closed on Saturday here, but we have all of these fabulous volunteers right now that are gleaning the produce that's coming in. What exactly are we looking at here and how often does this happen?
That's right. Every day we have produce coming in from Grocery Rescue, and our volunteers here are going through to make sure that it's good to give away to folks. And it's, you know, they go through berries, they go through tomatoes, they go through greens, you name it.
Yeah, it definitely seems like that's a big emphasis. And today, actually, during our live special, you've opened up for donations, but typically it's Monday through Friday is when you accept in-person donations.
That's correct. Monday through Friday, we're here more or less 9 to 5. You know, people can drop things off here at Fish Line.
So Charlie, you know, we're not that far from the historic Poulsbo right now, but it seems like we serve, or rather you serve more than just within Kitsap County. Can you talk about that? How far are people coming to get these services?
Absolutely. Well, certainly throughout Kitsap and beyond, we see people coming from the Olympic Peninsula. We sometimes even see people coming as far away as Tacoma. It's a great need.
What does it tell you about the need? I mean, people are coming from pretty far distances.
Yeah, I think that they're trying to make ends meet, and sometimes they're going to multiple food banks to do that. For instance, people can come once a week here at Fish Line, and it varies by other food banks, and that's how people piece it together.
Sure. Thank you so much, Charlie. And actually, we're going to show you what the experience is like when you do come over here to Fish Line. We'll show you that in just a few minutes. But for now, we'll send it back over to you, Mimi and Jake.
All right. Thank you, Drew. Thank you, Christine. And thank you, Charlie, and all those volunteers behind you. They're doing such great work at the food bank right now.
Well, from Kitsap County to King County, don't forget you can donate to our campaign this morning by dropping off donations, cash, monetary donations, or non-perishable food items. This is a live look at the Rainier Safeway right now, where volunteers are loading up those trucks with donations. We'll be right back.
And we are back this morning on King 5 with our special edition of Home Team Harvest. Let's get back to our drop-off site at Rainier Beach Safeway in Seattle.
We've got Joyce Taylor, Greg Copeland, and Shelly Hart out there right now. And I see a young child with you guys. I love when kids turn out to help out as well.
This has been a great event so far. The sun just popped out and blinded us a little bit, but it's a good thing. I'm here with Sean Gilfetter. He's the CEO of Kitsap Credit Union, one of the our biggest sponsor for Northwest Harvest this year. And you've brought a lot of company. We're surrounded. Tell me about why you guys got into this and why this is such an important thing for you to do.
Well, Kitsap Credit Union, KCU Cares Foundation feels it's so critical to raise the awareness around food insecurity in our communities. And 1 in 12 Washingtonians is suffering from the increase in prices that we're seeing in the grocery store. So our contribution is not only to help with donations and dollars, but also our time and our commitment within the community. So we're happy to help.
You were mentioning to me earlier something, the things you have actually seen out of different areas, even over the course of this year, the need and how real it is.
Yeah, it's not just food products, but we recognize that at times when people are stressed with food insecurity, there are other things going on in their financial lives, and we recognize that household products, the increase in cost is over 60% over the past year.
What kind of conversations do you have with your employees to get them, I don't know if excited is the right word, but to come out and be a part of this, to really get behind the effort?
Well, it's not just a free logo wear for today.
Right.
It's also the opportunities to really connect with the community and see where our efforts make a difference. And that, we work pridefully in being a part of our communities, and we have over 160,000 members and have just a great network of opportunities from not only helping with food insecurity, but also financial wellness and homelessness initiatives.
What would you tell people at home right now to get them out of the chair, to maybe come down and donate a little bit? What would your message be?
It's so easy. Just go to the store today. We're here for a couple hours and accepting donations, and it's a great opportunity for you to feel good this holiday season and making a contribution.
All right, thanks, Sean.
And bring kids, right?
Yes.
And bring kids.
And I was going to say before we go, we still have Shelly here. She got some special guests.
Yeah, if this doesn't get you out of the chair, because Owen here is going to share with us why it is important for kids to have that nice, hot, nutritious meal.
It helps them at school. They can focus on their work, not their bellies. And
I like that. Focus on your school and not your bellies. I think that is it. If that doesn't say it all right there. And there's a lot of families and vets and seniors that we are serving here. 23 million meals. We can do this. We can do it.
If you're out Christmas shopping or you're getting your Christmas tree today, go to one of these drop-off sites. Visit Greg and Joyce and Shelly. Such a wonderful partnership. Visit king5.com/hometeamharvest if you want to donate from the comfort of your own home. You can scan that QR code on your screen anytime and donate throughout the day.
Millions of college students also experience food insecurity. Still ahead, Jake and I visit the UW Food Pantry to show you how they are helping to feed the community.
And we're going to check back in with our crew in Everett right now. You can see they are busy unloading a lot of that food. You can drop off at that location until 1 o'clock today. And it's a fun day ahead. 23 million.
Isn't that
coming in. Yeah,
nice.
Put them to work today. Getting a lot of great photos this morning. We got Jessica, Steve, and Sebastian there. Joyce in the corner. Boy, a lot of smiles with those yellow jackets out this morning for Home Team Harvest, everybody. Text your photos to us to 206-448-4545. You might just see them on air.
And before we head to break, we want to introduce you to Kiana. She's the front-end manager at the Safeway in Marysville, one of many workers helping us to raise money for our campaign. She says Home Team Harvest is important for her because food banks were, quote, a lifesaver for her and her family. Thank you, Kiana.
Take a look at all this food. This is what we're talking about here. A whole truck full of food.
It's all about Northwest Harvest. Santa, what's going on, man?
I just want to show you also that the donations are rolling in. Look at this long line of vans of Zero Res.
Put some funk on it, man.
Salutations.
There you go.
Send salutations. I don't know.
You didn't know this was a telethon where we were going to sing and dance for you, did you?
This is like our favorite event of the year because it's such an important problem in the state of Washington.
Try to top this. A boatload of food here from the great folks at Pacific Nautique. And Danielle Lee has another boatload over there with Rob. Go ahead.
Because one boat just wouldn't be enough.
King 5's legacy is working with the community.
One of our favorite annual guests has arrived, Mrs. Claus.
and her merry bunch of dogs and donations. Good to see you again.
This lady every year comes out here, fills this car 2 or 3 times at Costco, comes out and drops it off. It's just an amazing contribution.
Oh, a quick look down memory lane here as we start our Home Team Harvest special this morning. Good to see all those faces with this just wonderful, wonderful tradition and a legacy of Home Team Harvest for 23 years now. It's about joy, community, but the mission has been the same.
Giving people hope and a way out of food insecurity. Right now, dozens of volunteers are spread out across the Sound accepting donations. Each year since the beginning, we've been raising the bar, and this year, as you can see, we are aiming even higher.
We need your help this year to raise 23 million meals, and we know we can do it with your help. Let's get back outside to some of our drop-off locations. Shantae, Madison, and Leah are at the Safeway at Rainier Beach in South Seattle. Hey, you three, what's going on?
Well, Jake, you know, we are having a great time here. We have a DJ, we have tons of volunteers, and we've also been receiving a lot of donations. Right now, we don't have many cars pulling up, but a lot of people have been going in the grocery store, the Safeway here at Rainier Beach, and bringing different items. And when you go in, you don't just have to bring non-perishable food items. You know, we have things like diapers, wipes, feminine
hygiene, yeah.
So it's just very important just to donate and help us raise those 23 million meals. We also talked about volunteering, and that's something each of us has done in the past.
Yeah, absolutely. Being a volunteer at Northwest Harvest is so rewarding. It's so fun to go down there with our coworkers and be there for a couple hours and then go to work and hang out with some of the people who come through those doors, who are our community members, and they really do need our assistance. And that's where all these meals are going to be going towards, is Northwest Harvest. That's part of Home Team Harvest. It's really rewarding. And you've also volunteered there a few times yourself.
Yeah, it's great. We have a partnership at King 5 with Northwest Harvest. We go once a month and we help out in their food bank in Soto, and I try to go as often as I can, and it's powerful. It's really powerful to volunteer.
Like someone may be pulling up.
Yeah, who's here?
We might have some volunteers coming. It looks like Santa.
Santa's here. We'll put a pin in the volunteer conversation, but the cool thing about where we are right now is this is a drive-up, drop-off location, so anyone can come out here right now to this Safeway in Rainier Beach and pull up in your car like this car's doing, or maybe, I hope she is. Is she doing it? We have a whole bunch of cool-looking old cars pulling up right now.
A lot of action. Right, a lot of action. And then also something to think about, if you are in Safeway, you can give a grocery card, because it is all about dignity, but there goes Santa. It looks like he may have a little partner in the car as well, so we're trying to wait. Are we able to walk over there, Andrea?
Andrea,
all right, let's go. We're on the move.
Andrea behind the camera. Let's
We're
go.
on the move to see Santa. You see a lot happening out here.
Okay,
One minute.
This
Santa.
is an example of what you can do. Pull up in your
And
cool
we have a
car,
donation.
normal car. We take them all. And
nice to meet you, Santa.
Santa.
Can you talk about the donation that you have?
So our club, the Evergreen A's, have decided to make a donation, a check form, and we also have a truckload of food back there to the Northwest Harvest.
Look wow, thank you so much for the donation, and talk about why it was important for you all to come out and be a part of this.
You know, we're very lucky and fortunate to be able to have these antique cars, and we just wanted to make a donation to show our support to get the meals on the tables for the people in need.
Also, one of our mottos is drive with purpose. And coming in here in Depression-era cars, recognizing there was a famine in those days is kind of ironic. So we put the two together.
And you know what, that's the incredible thing about Northwest Harvest, is Northwest Harvest knows how to take all of this food, all of these donations, and stretch it and use it to the best of its abilities. So whether you are dropping off food, canned items, we want those great, yummy, delicious, healthy foods, or if you're able to give money, all of it is helpful. But this is incredible.
Incredible. Seeing the cars, seeing you all come out. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Shantae.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, so we want more of this. If you guys want to come out, drop off any food donations, monetary donations, come say hi. We would love for you to come join us here at the Safeway in Rainier Beach.
Yeah, it's been a great time so far, and we will be here until 1.
All right, my friend. Yeah, we'll see you there. Santa's already there, so the fun has arrived. What other event do you get Santa in a classic car? I mean, there you go.
Can't beat that combo. And Leah Pizzetti seemed very excited to see Santa as well.
They're having a blast there.
All right, let's head to Kitsap County now, where we've got a crew live in Paulsbo this morning.
Now let's get back to Durandre and Christine Pay. Good morning, you two.
Well, good morning. Yes, we're here at Fishline Food Bank. And there's a lot of people that are in need in this area as they're serving North Kitsap and the surrounding area. When I was here last week, they opened up at 10 o'clock, and there were people that were lined up, and they tell me that's pretty normal that happens. But they make it very easy for you to work around this food bank. It all starts with, once you register, you just have a card, and you check in right here, and then, well, basically a whole grocery store is your oyster, Christine.
Yeah, Jen, so the experience is really, you're walking in here, it's almost like your own grocery store that you're walking into to get some food, and you really have a choice. And here to talk about that a little bit more, we have Charlie back to tell us a little bit more about what is it like when someone's coming in to get some food assistance?
Sure. So one of the first things they find is one of our produce coolers where we have fresh produce for folks every day. They can take what they need, as much as they want for their household, and they get to choose. It's a fantastic way to provide dignity for folks. And if people are thinking about their gardens, we do accept that fresh produce from gardens as well.
Wonderful. The non-perishable foods and the perishable foods are just as important, but it seems like food actually is not the only need and the things that you accept. Yeah.
That's right. So we've got some more of our potatoes and apples here, but we also have non-food items. So we have non-food items such as feminine hygiene products, toothbrushes, soaps. Those are things that we're always in need of as well.
Okay, and I know over here we have a baking area. A lot of what you want to do is allow people to cook from scratch too, right?
Absolutely. You know, people want to make their own food, and that's what we allow them to do by having those baking products here.
Yeah, that's...
You mentioned the word dignity, which we're hearing time and time again during this food drive. And some of the items, one of the top items that people are looking for is coffee.
That's right. You know, we're not just here to provide canned goods and produce and such. We want people, if they want coffee, we want to provide it for them. If they want other drinks and so on, you know, we get a lot of juices and so on as well.
Absolutely. So people watching this might want to find out ways they can help. How can they do so?
Yeah, well, we're always looking for donations. We accept food donations Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 most days. And we also accept monetary donations, of course, so we can buy food as well.
And I think it's important for us to point out, too, this is Fishline's very first home team harvest, just like Christine and I. So
exactly.
we've had a good time with it. We'll send it back to you.
A lot of great firsts there this morning. All right, thanks you three. A lot of good stuff happening there in Kitsap County.
Well, we survive on coffee, so we can definitely relate to that. And if you don't want to leave the comfort of your home to donate, just scan that QR code you see right there on your screen. You can do it right from your phone. Millions of college students are often going hungry in order to pay for tuition, books, and rent. In fact, the latest government research suggests that 23% of undergraduate students are facing these challenges.
This number was surprising to me. Mimi and I went to the University of Washington's on-campus food pantry and found they are struggling to keep up with demand. They serve students and faculty and staff here. And right now, close to 700 people walk in these doors every week looking for help. Student director Ellie Green says she's surprised by how much need there is, too.
We're working really hard to do the best we can with what we got. But it's a real challenge. Yeah, there's often times where the shelves are wiped out.
The UW Food Pantry gets its supply from local food drives, a food recovery program, and other vendors. Coordinators are working to find ways to expand those resources today to try to keep up with that demand. All right, let's head back to the north to Snohomish County this hour. Our crew is at the Safeway in the Everett Mill Creek area at the Silver Fir Shopping Center. You'll drive from Puget Park Drive and follow our drop-off route.
And we'll be out there until 1 o'clock this afternoon. King 5's Jessica Jenner Castro and Steve Solis are there right now. We saw you earlier actually helping with those donations, guys.
Yeah,
I mean, you're really getting into it.
Oh, yeah, we are. There's plenty of people coming out here this morning, Jake and Mimi. It's been so fun already, and we have plenty more work to do. So right now we are joined by Thomas Reynolds, CEO of Northwest Harvest. And Thomas, it's always great to see you. It's always great to do Home Team Harvest. What do you think so far this morning?
Amazing. So great to see so many people coming out and supporting the community. It's been awesome.
Thomas, you know better than anybody just how serious the need is for food in our region. Can you kind of talk a little bit about what it's like right now?
Yeah, this has been a really tough year. Lots of struggle. You know, I think everyone's experiencing the impact of inflation. There's also been less government programs to help people who need more food. That's why things like Home Team Harvest are so important.
You work with so many different partners in the community to distribute this food. Talk about where this all goes if people are considering coming out here this morning and dropping off some food.
Well, about 1 in 12 households across Washington State struggle with food. So we work with 400 partners all over the Puget Sound, South Sound, Seattle, up here in the North Sound. And if people give here through Home Team Harvest, either donating online or coming and dropping off food, we're going to distribute that to partners all across the state.
Thomas, we were reminiscing about years past and the need that was so great many years ago, but since the pandemic, that has only increased, right?
Things got a little bit better during the pandemic, and we've unfortunately seen a slip back into more food insecurity. So this has been a really particularly difficult year for so many households.
Talk a little bit real quickly, we only have a few seconds left, about how important it is for people to donate, because I think a lot of people think, oh, somebody else will do it. Why is it so important for people to do this now?
This is the difference maker. You know, we rely on households across Washington State to support us. $25, $50, $100, that makes such a difference for families, and then we feed people all through the spring with what we raise right now.
Thomas Reynolds, CEO of Northwest Harvest. Thomas, thank you for all you do. We can't say that enough. And come on out here to Everett, say hi, stop by, and donate.
All right, Jessica and Steve.
Jake, back to you.
And Thomas Reynolds with Northwest Harvest, thank you so much.
As Thomas said, too, it's all about you. They need the donations. That's what they rely on to help these families, your neighbors. Coming up next, we're going to go live to Kent this morning. We're going to check in with our crew at the Eagles Nest Community Kitchen with more on how they're helping to feed underserved communities straight ahead.
There they are with their smiling faces in the sunny skies out there this morning. And take a look at some of the photos we're getting from everyone who's volunteering for Home Team Harvest this morning. Obviously, a lot of folks in yellow jackets, people behind the scenes and on air here at King 5, but a lot of you also dropping off your donations. If you do, text us a photo, 206-448-4545. Let us know your name and your location. You might just see yourself on TV.
Also ahead, we're helping to raise those 23 million meals, and we're doing so at multiple locations, and you can help right there in the comfort of your own home. Scan that QR code, go to king5.com/HomeTeamHarvest, or visit your local Safeway or Albertsons to get a grocery card. Thank you so much to all of you who've donated so far.
Welcome back to our Home Team Harvest special. The first Saturday in December for the last 23 years, we have been doing this. Yeah. Each time you donate, we are getting closer and closer to our goal of 23 million meals.
Let's check in back with the gang at Kent's Eagle Nest Food Bank. We're joined this morning now by Pierce County Bureau Chief Lionel Donovan. Hey, Lionel, good morning.
Good morning. How's everybody doing? Thank you all so much for watching and contributing. And I'm here right now with Andrea Blue, CEO of Make a Difference Foundation, which runs the largest food bank in Pierce County, Eloise's Cooking Pot. Thank you so much, Andrea, for coming out. Now, we talked a little bit earlier about how, Thanksgiving, there was a really good turnout and everything. But, what comes next? From what I understand, you're saying that this isn't just about the holidays. This is a year-round effort.
It is a year-round effort. We are so thankful for everybody who gave during Thanksgiving. We were able to serve 75,000 people last month. However, people need to actually eat 365 days a year. So that was a great beginning, but we definitely need more support throughout the year so that people are able to eat.
Right, and you're also talking about how, when you're giving out food, you want to make sure that this food is, are things that people in communities that might not have access to the food that they are normally used to make sure that they're able to have access to that. Can you talk about why that's important?
It is really important. Eloise is located in a food desert, which means there's no grocery store within 2 to 3 miles. Also, 80% of our constituents are people who belong to the BIPOC community. It's very important that people have the food that they normally would eat, which would be cultural relevant food. It's important, very, very much important.
Right. Now, like I said, Eloise Cooking Pot, largest food bank in Pierce County, but what can people do that are out there watching? What can they do to support initiatives like yours?
One of the things you can do is actually donate food. We need diapers, we need formula, we need household staples, canned meats, peanut butter. You can also give in time. We need volunteers, and also you can always give in money.
All right. Thank you so much, Andrea Blue, CEO of Making a Difference Foundation. We really appreciate you coming out and supporting this. And now we're going to turn it over to Drew Mickelson, who's also have something to say.
Thanks, Lionel. We are joined with Renee, and you are the Chief Nursing Officer at Swedish. What is Swedish's role with this epidemic that we're dealing with, the hunger in the state?
Absolutely, thank you. So as one of the larger healthcare providers in the Northwest, we know that nutrition is critical, particularly healthy foods for both our patients and our community members. So we advocate for healthy donations and engaging with community members to participate in food insecurity.
I wish that was a trainload of food coming here to the Eagle's Nest, but we were talking about nutritional options and nutritious options, and this is a great example. I mean, I think this is not what we expect to always see at the food bank, but these are items that people need.
Absolutely. Fruit and vegetables particularly are expensive, and it's hard to access in food deserts and in other locations. And so being able to participate by offering, whether it's financial donations or food that is nutritious, is a value.
Thank you so much, Renee, for what you're doing. And thank you to the Eagle's Nest for having us here in Kent. I got to show this off again because this is so cool. They got this van recently with a grant, and they roll into communities from Lewis County up to Whatcom County and bring out the red carpet along with their drawers, and people are able to come and get whatever they need. Maybe it's a snack, maybe it's vegetables, and it's a really cool idea to take the food bank to the communities.
Well, I love
Back to you
that too,
guys.
because a lot of folks can't make it to the food banks. So those brick and mortar stores are irrelevant if you can't get there. So have this is such a great idea.
That's what they mean about those food deserts. Thank you so much, Drew and Lionel. We have raised so far 8.4 million meals, and we are well on our way to our goal of raising 23 million meals for those in need, but we obviously still need your help.
Yeah, the campaign is up and running, and coming up, we're going to head back to South Seattle, where you can stop by the Rainier Beach Safeway to turn in donations and meet some of our King 5 crew members. We'll be there until 1 o'clock today. Welcome back to this special edition of King 5 and our Home Team Harvest Special on your Saturday morning. We want to give a final shout out to all of those hard-working folks at Safeway across Western Washington. You all have helped us tremendously during this all-important campaign. Could not do it without you and your hard work. Thank you to Safeway. Thank you to all of you who are working those checkout aisles and helping us gather donations.
I was just at a Safeway yesterday and saw someone right in front of me donate, and I gave them a thumbs up.
Nice.
Thank you so much for your generosity. And you still have a few more hours to donate in person. You can find us at the Rainier Valley Safeway in Seattle right now. If you go there, you're going to enter from the 52nd Avenue side and drive along the blue arrows that you see on your screen to the drop-off site.
Now let's get back to South Seattle and the Rainier Beach Safeway with Joyce Taylor and Shelly Hart, who's wearing the suit I'm going to buy after the show. I'm buying that from her after the show. All right, let's get it to you two. How are we looking with the donations so far this hour?
Oh my gosh, we're looking fantastic. It's great to see you guys, but we have a special guest that just suddenly showed up from Windermere, Rachel and Annie and little Rami, and you guys just brought a check for us. Yes. How much?
$1,538.
Just because Windermere wants to contribute, why is this important to you?
This is part of our Windermere Foundation allotment that we've set aside for Northwest Harvest because it's so important to feed our community, especially during the holidays when people really need it.
And already setting a great example for this little one, Rami, who's just, 7 months?
He's just 7 months old.
Hi. Hi.
Can you say hi, Bug? What do you have to say?
We really appreciate your generosity.
I mean, we talk about feeding families.
Especially this time of year.
Yeah, and
thank you so much.
And Joyce, we talk about feeding families, and you and I were just talking about this, and I know this has been a whisper with you if you haven't already said it out loud a bunch of times, just how expensive groceries have gotten. Right? So a check like $1,500, of course, is going to go a long ways, but your donation of $5, you're thinking, well, what can $5 do when I can't even, that's not even going to buy a box of cereal anymore.
Which is $7. A gallon of milk is $6, right? And so many families, even though they're working families, cannot afford to put food on the table.
That already are on a fixed income or budgeted. But look, the friends at Northwest Harvest, with the relationships that they have across the state with distributors and whatnot, they can take that $5 and make it go a long way. So with that QR code on the screen to make that donation, yeah, let's do it. Let's
23 million meals.
23 million meals. We can do it.
Thanks to this family for bringing not just money, but food too. So we hope to see you down here, Rainier, South Rainier. That's where we are. Thanks, everybody.
Love that. Thank you, too. One of my favorite things about the campaign is kids show up with their allowance, families they've been saving for this moment. It's such a wonderful moment.
Yeah, when they bring their piggy banks with just $5, every little bit helps. We have crews up in the North Sound as well collecting donations. Here's a live look from her crew in Everett, who's apparently enjoying the sounds of a live band as well. You can drop off your donations at the Safeway in Everett until 1 o'clock today.
The party's getting going, and South Seattle here at the Rainier Beach Safeway, the Seahawks dancers are joining us for our Home Team Harvest campaign, helping to raise 23 million meals. It takes a village, and we've got 8 million meals so far. You have until 1 o'clock to drop it off.
And for the 4th year in a row, a Redmond couple is also helping to give back to Home Team Harvest. Each year, Jenny Baldwin and her husband kick off what's called the Baldwin Bag Challenge. It started in 2020 and has now grown to an even bigger community event. This year, they rallied more small businesses to pitch in to help fight food insecurity. They set a goal of $25,000, and we are happy to report the Baldwins have surpassed that goal, raising $31,400.
Wow.
That's incredible. Thank you, Baldwins.
Incredible. Yeah, it takes you at home to help us with this food drive. Thanks so much for all of you for posting your pictures, and visit us. Remember, in Everett, Kitsap County, and in Seattle, open your wallets to help those in need.
We appreciate your generosity. This is really one of our favorite days of the year to watch the community give back. Live in Seattle, Everett, Paulsbo, and Kent, thank you to our crews out there accepting your donations. It's so nice to be back accepting them in person for the first time in 3 years. You have a few more hours to give, so you can head to Seattle or Everett if you want to donate in person. Thank you so much, everybody.